Now, there's a telling development about this week, in this week about the Aussie work ethic. Drake's Supermarkets, that operates 60 stores in South Australia and Queensland, is employing more than 6,000 people, but they're struggling to fill vacancies despite the unemployment rate still sitting at 4.2%. Here's Drake's Supermarkets director, John Paul Drake, on the Two Worlds Collide podcast last week.
People don't want to work. And that is the problem. At my distribution centre, you pick, which is, got a gym there, they got a full canteen with a free meal for lunch, all of this stuff, and it's not enough to attract the locals to get a job.
Gym, canteen, free lunch, you'd think people might be knocking the door down to get work. But the situation is that bad that Drakes are now looking overseas for workers. They've actually brought them in from overseas. Let me cross to John Paul Drake, who joins us live from Adelaide. Thanks for joining us, John Paul. This is an extraordinary situation because the distribution centre you're talking about is in Adelaide's northern suburbs, where the unemployment rate is a lot higher than 4.2%, right? Tell us what's going on.
Chris, it's hard to comprehend. The unemployment rate in the northern suburbs is actually 21%. So when you're talking about a number like that, it's quite big. We're looking for 20 vacancies at that particular site, ranging from forklift drivers to pickers. I'll admit it might not be the sexiest job in the world, but the guys and girls we have down there, they're picking up to 10 tonne a day. But they're working pretty much Monday to Friday, 9 to 3, or $38 an hour. And we are having to import people from Vanuatu to fill up the rest of the jobs. And we need more people there, now.
But the thing is, this is work brings work, right? I've been a meat carter, a quiche deliverer, a car detailer. I mean, you work and then you make your way in life. What is the problem here? You're not paying enough. What is the issue that people won't actually turn up and take a regular job?
Yeah, like I said, $38 an hour. We pay above the award rate. I can tell you we've noticed a major shift since COVID, and since COVID has taken on, we've had people come, they've got the job, and then when we get them started with an 8 to 12-hour shift, they turn around and sit and go, well, hang on, I can actually get paid more by not actually working here. And then you sit and go, okay, well, fundamentally, we might have a system problem when the employee, they won't take the job because they're getting more Centrelink benefits than they are actually working. So there's some other things there we need to look at.
Yeah, because there's other payments that are being paid in there. And tell us then about what the COVID impact has been. Do you think people have gotten used to being able to sit around and be paid for it?
Oh, look, absolutely. And we've seen now, I think people have decided for a work-life balance is what we can see. We know, we're a great employee. In fact, out of our 6,000 team members, 20% of them have been with us for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. So we know that when people come to join us, they actually enjoy it. But we have seen a clear change from COVID to now in regards to how they've seen for their employment. So I think we have to look at what is happening out there. And if we're getting told by multiple people that have got the job that, well, wait a minute, I can get paid just as much for not taking the job, then fundamentally I think we have a problem. And when people sit there and go, oh, well, you're not employing Australians, well, that's not true. We're employing as many Australians as we can, as you mentioned before, 6,000 team members in SA and Queensland. And we're a heavy employer. So we need to make sure that how do we bridge the system? Is there something fundamentally wrong with the current system which is making it very difficult? I mean, do I need to provide limo service to pick them up, to bring them to work? Do I need to have dinners prepared for them for when they leave? I mean, how far can you go? And as you're aware, supermarket industry, pretty low margin. So there's not much wriggle room in there for the flash stuff that all the tech giants seem to get because, let's face it, the tech guys pay no tax in this country anyway, where we're paying our full 30 cents in the dollar. So,
and
you've got to make...
You're a welcome competitor in the big supermarket duopoly, so you're the sort of industry we should be encouraging as well. Tell us about your overseas workers. How are you getting them in, and how are they going? And do you pay them the same wages that the Australian workers would get?
great question, Chris. We pay them same pay, same work, same rate. So they're exactly the same. So we're getting from the PALM scheme, and we've currently got 20 in our business. And when you work, we've actually got a few more, but when you work it out, 1.4% of our business is from foreign people. And in this case, it's a PALM scheme from Vanuatu. Now, when you go to our distribution centre, it's state-of-the-art. So picking around the distribution centre is done by voice pick. You need a bit of tech wizardry to be able to do that. And I can tell you, so we've had 9-month visas, and we get a new load every 9 months, and the current team go back. And I can tell you, out of our top 8 performers, they come in with the top 6. That's a huge number. They're such hard-working individuals. They've brought a work ethic second to none. And I'm not saying my team members don't have that by any stretch of the imagination. We have the best retailers in the country working with us. But they bring a different vibe. You know, they all rock up. They treat each other like family. And when someone's not pulling their weight, they sort it out. They don't wait for the boss to sort it out. They sort it out between themselves. And it's quite a different way to look at things. And when you think it, you're coming from Fiji, you're coming from coconuts, you're coming from beautiful skies, warm weather, and you come to Adelaide. Now, we have a bit of cold weather. The distribution centre's quite cold as well, but our meat distribution centre also has a team in there. It's fantastic people. The English isn't the best, but who cares? You don't need to know English to be able to fulfil some of the roles. And let's face it, I have tried for the last 5 years to fill roles, and enough's enough. I mean, we've got businesses growing for us because unfortunately there's plenty of people doing it tough out there. And as a supermarket, we're the benefactors of that, because when pubs and clubs and restaurants and cafes close down, evidently they buy more food. I mean, our sales are up, but our profit is down. And that's the sort of that's the climate we're in right now. So it is a cutthroat industry, and you know better than anyone else, being in supermarket retailing ain't for the faint-hearted.
Yep, I used to work in a supermarket myself as a casual back in the days. Coles Store 911 in Rostrevor. Thanks for joining us, John Pull. I really appreciate it. Great to get your real-world insights into what's going on in the employment market. How about that? Just can't get people to turn up for regular work. But the people coming in from Vanuatu, they love it. Great experience for them, and they take the money home, no doubt.